Does this count as a vlog?
We make the strings louder.
I don't know, I'm gonna upload to both channels anyways. What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite YouTube Golden or Steven here, or if you're watching this on the other channel, how you doing? Welcome, my name is Steven Dyson, and welcome to the Steven Dyson channel. So literally, I want to talk about, I guess you can look behind me, because it was a question, kind of a little debate we had. We've had it in streams before, and I've actually been asked this personally, and that is, do I prefer physical or digital game collecting when it comes to collecting video games? What one do I prefer? Now you guys can easily look behind me and right away be like, well, it's kind of easy to tell. And you also could have seen the fact that I do video game monthly videos and things like that. But it also has brought up a good question for me, because it made me think of a lot of things like, what about indie developers? What about all those indie people that maybe don't have the funds or the production to put their game physically? Like, what about those guys? Do I support them? And this literally brought up a thing, because someone that I know has made made a thing. Like, we were talking about a game in chat or in Discord, and I can't remember what game it was off the top of my head, like when we were having this chat, but the person's like, the game looks so cool, looks so awesome, I totally want to try it. The only disappointing thing is it's a digital only game, so I'll never play it. Which then sparked the conversation of, does it matter? Does the kind of, like, if a game is digital only, should that stop you from playing it? Is basically what we're trying, like, what was the whole conversation on? And to be honest, like, if you're me, like, you're looking behind me right now and you're seeing shelf of games. You're seeing shelf of games. It right there is a shelf of cartridge games. Inside of there is all of my handheld games that I have on, like, cartridge. Like, I do love physical games, and you guys can tell because every month I do a video game monthly video where I get 10 games, 10 physical copy of games to help build my game collection, and you guys all see that. But here's another thing. If it's a digital only game, I'm still going to play it. I prefer physical, but I will still play digital. That's the key thing here. Like an example of this is definitely like PC gaming. Just prime example is Cyberpunk. Okay, we'll take Cyberpunk 2077 for example. I bought it on PC. It was on sale on PC when I bought it, but like, I have it on my PC. I don't have it on my console. I bought it for PC because I wanted to play it and I wanted the DLC, and I knew they were going to keep updating the PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X versions of the games, and I don't have a Series X or a PS5 yet. Voila. So I had to go with the PC version of the game, which is fine. Like, to me, it's fine. I've either bought or I've gotten so many games, like, just free because of Epic or Steam through, like, digital means and all this other stuff. And there's so many games that, like, I play that are digital-only games. Like, sorry, I literally just glanced over right now on my TV. I have my PS4 running. I don't know if you guys can hear the background music. You probably can. But I have my PS4 running. One of the games that's updating right now is Apex. Like, that's a digital-only game. It's a download-only game. Now, I can see... Now, a lot of people have made the argument of, like, well, I'm a digital-only collector. I'm a physical-only collector. Like, the one friend, like, they're a physical-only collector. Which, to me, can suck. Because you lose out on experiencing so many amazing games and franchises because they're digital-only. One of my favorite franchises, and I keep getting them wrong, it's Kemco. Kemco is the name of the company. They make, they make games for the Switch, PS4, Steam, I believe they are on PC as well, and mobile. And they make, the best way to describe the games they make is literally Game Boy Advanced art style RPGs. That's what they make. As Divine Saga is one of them. Sea Carts is one of them. It's like just a game series that they make that's just, it's really cool. They're a small indie company that just makes Game Boy Advance art style RPGs. Super fun RPGs too. I've enjoyed every single one of them that I've played, and anytime they release one, I get trigger happy and I buy it. It's that problem with Square Enix and Atlas. Like, anything Square Enix or Atlas put out, I want. Like, they're on my wish list and I buy it. If it's a JRPG that's ironically not Final Fantasy. I'm not a big Final Fantasy fan, but I'm a big, like, other collector fan. Anyway, that's besides the point. But, like, Kemco makes so many good games, but they don't make digital copies of their games. And you could get digital copies of physical only games. Like there's companies that do that. I believe Limited Run is one of the companies that does that, but they only do certain ones at a time. You might be able to get to like some third party thing, maybe. Like I've done that with a few ROM hacks, and I can show you guys right here. Company I discovered on eBay. No, not eBay. Etsy. They make ROM hack cartridges. Like I have a ROM hack of I have a Pokemon. This is basically Pokemon Crystal for the N64 ROM hack. And like that website, I've been on it a few times, and they have just top notch things. But like you could find that if you really wanted to go that route of being like, I'm a physical only collector, but if the digital game is on a physical thing. But like I don't know why it's dumb to just kind of be ranting about this, like a little 5-minute video of me ranting. But it's like it started off with me, like this is how my journey went. It started out with me only collecting physical games. Because when I started playing video games, I had a PS2, a Wii, an original Xbox, and N64. When I got into gaming, like I had like the consoles kind of over time, but when I got into gaming, those were the 4 main ones that I had. And if you notice something in common, all of those games are physical only games. You could get WiiWare games, but like the other system, you had to get physical only games for this system, unless you soft modded it. I was like 12. I didn't know how to soft mod anything. I didn't even have a good enough computer at the time to really run that kind of stuff. So there's that. It was a big one. But like even as like time progressed, I kind of like I toyed with ROMs. I still toy with ROMs a little bit. When I say toy with them, like randomizers are ROMs that I toy with. I do still have like my 3DS. I'm working on a handheld collection now. I have my Retron, which allows me to play handheld games, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Game Gear, all that stuff. Like I still have those, but I also have, I believe, if it's not here, I do actually. You can kind of see that green thing right there is my original Game Boy. I do have. I don't know if my DS is here. It might not be here. It might be in my room because I was playing it the other night. But like on my DS, I do have emulator on there to play some handheld games. Like I don't mess with ROMs much anymore. Like I still have the ROMs that I have, but I don't have any more. So like I'm trying to think of like a good, like I have no, long story short, I have no emulators on my computer. The only emulator I have on my computer is BlueStacks, which is an Android one. Like put it that way. Like, and I'm trying my best. Like Video Game Monthly, with one thing I found with them is I'm able to expand on the horizons of games that I never thought of owning, or that I would never even own in like a million years. Like Video Game Monthly has allowed me to expand my game library so much and in so cool ways that has allowed me to have a physical collection for games. But that's not my only thing. Like if I see a game come out that is a digital only game, I'm definitely going to look into it and get it. And the odd time, I have been screwed over by this, but the odd time I have bought games digitally because they're cheaper. A prime example of this is Jedi Fallen Order, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Of course, at the time of this recording, it is free on PlayStation Plus, but I got it for $6 on Steam. So it was on sale on Steam for $6. And at my game store, the next day after I bought it, I went there, and Jedi Fallen Order was on sale for $25. So I'm like, I made a pretty, like the odd time, things like that. But like, I can understand if you don't but here's another thing too. They've made it so much easier to digital collect almost, because you got things like PlayStation Catalog. Like my brother got a PS4 and he has the PlayStation Catalog because two reasons why. One of them, he's not that great with discs. He doesn't take care of discs very well. I love him, but he does not take care of discs very well. And also when he bought his PS4, he bought it at a very cheap price off my cousin because my cousin got a PS5. My cousin got a new Xbox, and he was just selling his PS4. Just wanted to get rid of it, and the PS4 hard drive doesn't work. So my brother has a PS4 with no hard drive in it, or not hard drive, sorry, disc drive. And like but like the PS4 catalog thing has just been working for my brother. Like it's like Game Pass almost, right? Like, and Game Pass is another one too, and like Steam. Like it's so easy to collect digital games, but the downside is if those servers go down, that game is gone. Like I've had it once before where Steam was down because of a glitch and the whole Steam thing was shut down. Well, I couldn't play any of my Steam games. I couldn't play Skyrim, Farming Sim, GTA. I could not play any game that I owned on Steam because Steam was down. Whereas, if there's ever a day where PlayStation Network is down, or Xbox Live is down, or Nintendo's online service is down, oh well. That is the one big thing about physical collecting is, like, it looks so cool. Because, like, my backdrop, like, I just got to reiterate, it looks like a disaster, but that's just my life in general. But, like, you look at my backdrop and you just see 2 shelves, 3, full of games. And you're just like, yes, that is cool. That is sick. Right? There's also something just nostalgic about, like, being like, oh, I want to play this game. Moving back to the, just being like, oh, I want to play this. Grabbing the game off the shelf. I can't reach it. Popping it into the system and things like that. Like, there's something a little nostalgic about it. But also, at the same time, like, there's this, too. And also, there's another reason, too. Like, we've had a few times, like, not really power outages, but there was one time where, like, just an example, our Wi-Fi was down for 2 days because the company, like, there was problems at the company. Like, the company was, like, the servers were messed with. So the whole company was shut down. We didn't have Wi-Fi for 2 days. I could still play video games. There was nothing stopping me from that. I know people who, when that happens, they can't play any games. They're stuck. They can't play any video games because, like, for PlayStation at least, in order to play your digital games, you have to be connected to the Wi-Fi because it has to be able to verify you bought the game. So digital can also have a big impact on that too. But in the end, it's all up to preference, really. But I wanted to throw in my 2 cents into this whole conversation and topic that we had discussed the other day because it's cool. Like, it's kind of cool to see how people like to collect games. But anyways, that's going to do it for me in today's video. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Golden. You are awesome. You all amazing. Love and care for you all. I'll see you all next time. Bye.